I'm excited to hear what you think about this movie, Dan.
Are you?
I am, because it turned, I don't want to get too far ahead, but turns out I take back everything I said. Pretty much love this movie. This movie is great.
Wow. That does not surprise me. Adam Sandler was standing in the background, so it's got to be good.
Hey, watch him with Dan and Tony. Hey, watch him with Dan and Tony. It's like watching, yeah.
Welcome to Hate Watching with Dan and Tony after a long hiatus because Tony's lazy.
So lazy, but we're back, baby. We are so back.
On this show, we talk about bad movies that Tony has a tendency to like because Tony's out of his mind.
So, sometimes they're not so bad, or like bad means good, like, oh, you're bad, like old vernacular.
Bad means good. Tony,
Yeah.
you picked this hour and 25-minute pile of steaming.
You're welcome. Hour 25. That's pretty quick.
That's the one good thing. You're gonna take punishment for this next week.
Oh God!
Next week is not an hour. I would add an additional hour on.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, like it's been a while since we've passed that 2-hour mark. Let's bring it back. What a treat. So I saw this movie in the theaters, I believe, when it came out, and we hated it.
Oh, really?
Thought it was awful.
Really?
Never watched it again.
Oh,
that's
okay.
18 years. Never watched it again. Barely thought about it until it came up in one of my lists of worst movies of all time, right? And then now I'm just rethinking everything I ever knew because I laughed a lot, Dan.
Okay.
I laughed a lot.
Yes, but is this a good movie?
Good is subjective, right?
Okay.
Did it entertain me? Yes, it did. Is it a movie? Not really, but that's okay. That's okay sometimes, as long as it's fun. If I'm having a good time, doesn't need to be a movie per se.
Okay. What is this movie?
This movie originated from some little sketches that they did of the actual wilderness videos. That was something that they kind of were doing, were these stupid, ridiculous, fake nature movies. And then they're like, we want to make a whole movie out of this. And, and then they, I guess, pitched it to Sandler, and Sandler was like, you guys should do it, but I don't want to be a part of it. And then we get this brilliant thing. So I guess it's like a mishmash of just guys that had a joke, and then they're like, well, let's stretch it out into 90 minutes.
Okay, well, that makes sense, because this movie feels like a bad improv.
I would agree with that. Also, on top of that, I just want to say, what's Jonah doing?
What? I thought that was your favorite part. I had to assume that was your favorite part. That was the only.
Justin Long. Full disclosure. Justin Long is my favorite part. He's
Wow.
He's having a good time. I enjoy the tattoo bit is incredible, and then he has one of my favorite lines in the whole movie. This character that Jonah's doing. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm Jonah Hill. Everything's happening, and I'm gonna just say a bunch of words and. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, saying some words.
I don't know what it is, man. As soon as he opened his mouth, I was like, uh-oh, what are we doing? What are we doing here, guys? I think that makes sense. Most of my favorite bits are actually the nature documentaries. I think there's some really solid jokes in these documentaries. Very stupid, but very, very fun. The shark. The stupid show.
Those
the funniest fucking thing ever.
Sorry. Unfortunately, that was like at the very end, and
it's literally the last thing that they do. It's the last 5 minutes of the movie. I watched it like 3 times. It had me going.
These are just like your little travelogue videos you make, aren't they?
It's actually pretty simple. You know what? And at some point, this is probably how that idea even came into my head 20 years later. You know what I mean?
God.
But yeah, they're not dissimilar, that's for sure. Stupid made up facts about real places or things. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Bears kill 2 million salmon a year, but salmon attacks on bears are far more rare. I mean, that's a joke, Dan. That's funny.
If it was delivered by a character that I believe would deliver that
Sure.
line, then maybe it would be okay. But the problem with this movie is there's just a bunch of people and nobody other than Jonah Hill plays a character. And so there's no consistency. And so, let's go back to our UCB times.
Yes. Upright Citizens Brigade, for anyone who doesn't know.
Nobody plays any games, right? Now, a game in UCB is like it's very similar to having a character. It's their way to say character, but not have to make anyone do actual character work.
They do play one game, Dan.
Yeah,
and it's with the name Dick. They do go on a nice run there, but that's the only time they do an actual full bit. It's the only time in the movie, but it was enjoyable. I did have a good time.
Now let's talk about the Dick bit.
Okay. Dick bit, yeah.
Were you writing better jokes as you were listening to their jokes that weren't very good?
I was formulating my own jokes, yes, as well. Okay. But some of them, there was a couple that I liked.
Yeah, there were a couple actual jokes in there. There were other ones that didn't work, that weren't structured as jokes and weren't structured well so as to be funny and wouldn't be things you would say because they didn't make any sense. So
that's correct.
This movie felt like somebody wrote some stuff and they sort of improvised other stuff and then they sort of cut it together and they were like, well, I guess that's the movie.
Yeah. I think that's more. And point in case is the end of the movie where there isn't an end to the movie. They're basically mid-scene and then someone off screen yells cut and they all start laughing and break the fourth wall. That's the end. Spoiler, that's the end of the movie, which just means that they...
I mean, the final shot of the movie is an outtake? Is that what you're saying, Tony?
I don't even know if it's really an outtake. I think it was just mid-scene. I think they were just like, cut, let's get it from a different angle. And then they were like, you know what? Fuck it. We don't know end this movie. Let's just cut it here. It's weird. It's a weird credit roll.
So they end with what looks like an outtake or a mistake. And then you were like, okay, that's weird. Oh, I guess we're going to follow up with a bunch of outtakes where they're actually funny.
Nope.
And that doesn't
do that
happen.
Either. No, you just roll credits.
There's two characters I want you to talk about, Tony. The sound guy, Fred.
Yeah.
And then the other guy that's his best friend that should be played by Diedrich Bader, but is played by someone that's not funny.
Wait, which guy is that?
Well, there's the guy that gets attacked by the seals. That's Fred, the sound guy. And then there's this other guy who's always standing next to him and is kind of like the second build guy. I don't even know what his name is. I don't know if I ever wrote his name down. And
I don't even know if I remember all these people.
You don't remember the guy with the big dark mustache that stood next to him through most of the movie?
So is it that stood next to Steve Zahn or stood next? Steve Zahn. So he's the long hair mustache.
Yeah. Who's
the guy that's in all of Adam Sandler's movies of all time? That guy?
I don't feel like I've ever seen him before.
Oh, are we talking about different people then?
Well, I don't know. I know all the people.
Let's go to the cast list.
I know
we got to do this.
There's Jonah Hill. There's Steve Zahn. There's Ernest Borgnine. There's Justin Long. There's Kevin Heffernan. There's Fred. There's Fred the sound guy. There's the woman who I don't know why she was even in this movie.
All right, so Fred is Alan Covert. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
Don't know.
He's the guy that I'm thinking of. He's the lead in Grandma's Boy. He's in all of Adam Sandler's movies. First Day.
Who's the other guy?
Gilmore.
Who's the guy that got bit by the shark? I don't know who that guy is either.
The guy that got bit by the shark, also a Sandler mainstay. I'm trying to find him. Peter Dante.
Okay, those two guys. Would you hire either of those guys to do any other than yard work? Would you hire those guys to be in a movie?
Whoa. First of all, I like my yard neat and tidy. I don't know if I would trust them to do yard work. They don't seem like they have a great work ethic. So I would never, ever in a million years, no offense. Congratulations on your great careers. I don't have a career, so keep that in mind. I would never hire Peter Dante to do everything. I don't think he can act. Never have.
Which one is he? Is he the mustache? Is he the mustache guy or is he the shark guy?
He's not the mustache. He's the shark guy. He's the guy that just yells all the time.
Well, yeah, he's worse than he's way worse than the mustache guy.
Yes, he's always just yelling. That's kind of his shtick. I have never enjoyed him. I think he's bad in everything. No offense.
Well, what about the mustache guy?
He is hit or miss he's not good in this movie. This movie doesn't do anything, but I don't know if that's entirely his fault. I mean, there are a lot of characters that don't really do much in the movie. If
we took those two characters out and they weren't in this movie, this would be a much better movie.
It would be tighter. It would move faster, and it would be funnier because neither of them really have jokes. They don't really do any jokes in the movie.
Well, they say they have some little monologue. They do some little monologues. They go blah 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 blah, and you're like, why are they letting this person talk?
Right. Well, because I'm pretty sure they're Adam's best friends.
Oh, is that what it is? They're Adam's best friends. So he puts them in this movie. They get paid
because they're in everything. Like they're in all of Adam Sandler movies. Mustache. He's the caddy in Happy Gilmore. They're in all of his movies. So that's like part of his core group of buddies.
Okay, so this might have been an okay movie if Adam Sandler hadn't been involved.
He's the only reason it got made. From my understanding is that they were trying to sell it for years and nobody wanted to buy it. And then Adam was like, I'll produce it. I'll help you make it.
God.
So we wouldn't even have this gem if it wasn't for Adam. But if you take a step back and you look at this cast and you look at the movie, to me, the strong points are Steve Zahn, Justin Long, and then the bad guy. He's great.
Who's the
Those
bad
are kind of
guy?
like the three people.
Harry Hamlin?
I don't. Is that his name? He seems like a real guy. The other nature documentary guy,
Pearson.
Yes, that guy.
He was in 2 scenes.
I know, and he's great. He's very suave. I really love his death scene. That cracks me up. It's good.
That was Harry Hamlin. He was on Law and Order with your boy Corbin Burnson.
Oh, Corby. Love that guy. He did not love me, but that's all right.
Did Robert Patrick's character ever come back in the movie, or did he just steal all their stuff and leave?
Nope, just stole all their stuff and left. He's also great. That scene made me laugh, too. That's a good scene. The scar scene, that's pretty good. He was the right choice. That's some good casting right there.
Okay, now I know what's wrong with
Raveled up my
movie.
testicles and sewed them back together myself. Great stuff.
Yes, hilarious. We start. Now we're going to talk about the movie.
Let's talk about this thing.
I fell asleep twice during this movie. I was watching it this morning.
Oh, Dan, how is that possible? Which parts do you remember?
No.
I'm worried you missed some of my favorite jokes. That's all. I'll tell you about them today.
Oh, no,
and you
I
tell
didn't
me
fall
if you
asleep
remember them.
that long. I didn't miss anything. So we set up that there's this guy who does an animal show called Strange Wilderness, and it wasn't Jack Hanna. It was some other guy that was like a
real guy,
local TV guy who I totally have seen.
It's a
before.
real guy. So I don't know who he is, but that is a real guy, real footage. Yeah.
Yeah. So
which is a weird thing to kind of do if you think about it, but
yeah.
Fine.
So we have some footage of him having trouble with monkeys and goats and being pecked by an ostrich. But just being like a really sweet man. Yeah.
He seems lovely. I don't know.
I think it was a local. I think it was he was an LA guy. It seemed like seems like I've seen that footage here before as a kid or whatever. So here we have Steve Zahn on the phone talking about his dad, how his dad had this TV show. He's getting stoned. The dad ended up dying. Steve Zahn inherited the show, and he is recounting this tale to what turns out to be his mother. They don't choose not to make it a joke, which I thought was very interesting.
Nor do we ever meet her. She's just on the phone.
Yeah,
it's just weird.
Well, I mean, what you would have done if you're writing a real movie is you would have get a laugh out of who he's been talking to, telling this whole story to. Like, sure,
Pizza Man.
You're gonna have to. Pizza's the easiest one, but it's his mother, which of course doesn't really help us because whatever. So he's recounting what happened basically a year ago when they were trying to get the show to work. They have a beat up RV. Yes, you want to say something?
No. It's not necessary.
They have a beat up RV, and they need to get animals on film. And now we meet the crew. Jonah Hill is Cooker. I don't believe we ever used that name in the movie.
Oh, were you saying it right now? First time I've ever heard it.
Yeah. Steve Zahn plays Pete or Peter. Ernest Borgnine plays Miles, who is their cameraman for the initial thing, and then he gets thrown out.
Gets thrown out.
Then we have Justin Long, who's a stoner, who I think is Ernest Borgnine's kid or his nephew or something.
It's his nephew. Yeah.
Then we got the sound guy, Fred, and then we got that other guy who we don't know what his name is.
I can find it. His name is... I lost him. All right, it's over. So, Danny Gutierrez, it says.
Danny Gutierrez. Oh, Danny. Yes, that is his name, Danny.
Danny.
Write that down. So Danny and Fred are the two Adam Sandler people. Yes. They're doing a script. It's on a napkin, and he starts doing the script. They're talking about bears, and we do the bears and the trout joke.
It's
and
fun.
Yeah.
I like it because they hand him a napkin. And he reads the first line, and it's stupid. All bears are big and brown. It's like, not all bears are big. He just tears the napkin. There's no reason for this visual, but I was like, that's funny. Tears the napkin, and then the bears get their name from a football team. It's the other way around. Tears it. Then they do the bears attack, or bears kill nearly 2 million salmon a year. Salmon attacks on bears are much more rare. And then he gives a nice pause. It's like, well, that's got to be true, right? Let's go with that one. It's funny. It's a funny bit.
So now we have a helicopter show up, which interrupts their footage. And it's the park ranger saying that they need a permit. You've got to leave. And you owe us $500. So this is another sort of reoccurring thing in this movie is large sums of money, which ostensibly are supposed to be problems, but then they're sort of magically solved for no reason.
They don't really pay any of them. No one talks about them again. I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah, so
that's how money works, right? Arbitrary.
In this movie, yes, we talk a lot about money as if it is an obstacle. Then we just sort of resolve it, and nobody cares, and it's not really. Yeah. It's just sort of a way to get out of things. Now we go to the sound booth where they've shot this, and now they're back at the sound booth, and I think we do that all again about the salmon and the brown bears. Yeah.
And then he has trouble saying brown bear, so he just calls them red bears. Makes me laugh. There's no reason. It's very stupid.
Now, why does it make you laugh now, and it didn't make you laugh 18 years ago?
So I think, well, one, times have changed, right? We're in dark times, Dan. So any sort of levity is really nice, I think. But I think when back in the day, I had a higher, I don't want to say standard, but movies during that time, I think were really good. Comedies.
Got it.
Biggest comedies.
So you expected to go into a movie theater and see something good, and what you saw was something
like a real movie. I think
Sure.
Tropic Thunder came out that year. Step Brothers came out that year. Pineapple Express came out that year. Like there are some, Forgetting Sarah Marshall came out that year. There are some movies that like are genuinely good, stand up, like great movies. Nowadays, we don't have a lot of good comedies. Like that's not really something we do. So I think my comedy bar has not, it's changed, right? Like it doesn't have to, if it makes me laugh, I'm happy. I think back then I was like, well, this isn't a real movie. what is this? This is stupid. And now I just miss any sort of comedy that we can get. And there's some good jokes in this movie. It's not a good movie. It doesn't hold up to any of those movies that I just listed.
No.
But it makes me laugh.
So you can disassociate the whole. You're just looking for what you could pull out of this, and that's enough for you.
Oh, and these days, I think, yeah, that's all we need. And also, I spend most of my life trying to disassociate, so it all works out.
Okay. So they take a truck to go to a meeting at K-Pip, which is their station. They're 45 minutes late. They get there, and then here's Guy Pearson, played by Harry Hamlin, and his two buddies, TJ and another one, and they are wildlife show competitors. And then he just disses them out of existence.
Right. Yeah.
But in the end, they still love him, which I thought was really. It's
a nice yeah.
It would be a nice touch if you then. That's what drives me
crazy. Did anything with that?
Yeah, if that was the bit, yeah. And that's my whole problem with a movie like this is they do set up things that are interesting, and then they just disappear and they're totally gone.
Well, keep in mind that I do believe that this movie is mostly made for people that are very, very out of touch in the moment. Yeah.
Jeff Garland's the person in charge of the station. He says your show sucks, and then we do a whole bunch of clips of it sucking.
Highlight clips.
See, you love this aspect of it, don't you? That in the middle of this movie, we go into a clip show where we're having lions having sex. He refers to people
which is very funny.
Pygmy people.
Very funny. Also, all the littering. Great. Just in a third world country throwing their trash everywhere. Great.
Fred is racist. They shoot
the Chinese. Oh God.
Yeah.
There are some jokes in here that you can't. I'm not even sure you could do in 2008. But good for you for trying.
Guy gets killed by alligator. Guy on fire at a peace rally,
which doesn't even make sense to the nature documentary.
And then topless girls, which they say that's the African wilderness. They're doing a war dance, but the women over there are not attractive enough.
Do you remember what the word they say, Dan? They say the bush women, which you can't say. My jaw hit the floor. I was like, oh my God. Super offensive stuff. Super offensive. Right.
So we got these girls from Long Beach.
Yeah.
That was the one joke I liked.
Poor Long Beach, getting a bad reputation. No, it's good.
Probably should have said Huntington Beach if they actually knew anything
about
Southern California.
What's wrong with Huntington Beach? I love HB.
I know you do.
I know.
So they are going to get canned unless they get something big done in 2 weeks.
Which is such a stupid conceit.
You're
not canceled yet, but nothing big's going to happen. So you got 2 weeks. It's like, all right. It's the 2 week notice of canceling a show. That's silly. I love it.
It's pretty classic. It's like, let's make, we need some steaks.
Yeah.
Okay. Or, we need something to happen now. 2 weeks. Oh, we need steaks, money. There was nothing in they don't understand anything about steaks. And so at no point
100%.
do you ever care about these characters or want them to succeed. You're just like, okay, they're just going through the motions.
What helps is you actually know that they don't succeed. They set that the very first scene. They're like, the TV show didn't work. Let me tell you the story of why. So you never even have to root for them. It's not a good move, by the way. I'm saying it facetiously a little bit. That's a terrible way to set up your movie, to be like, well, everything failed, so here's the story. Anyhow.
So they have a meeting. Jonah does a new bit. I didn't write down what it was. What's his name? Justin Long Jr. has painted his eyes on his eyes. You have to wonder if they saw that from stole that from the Simpsons episode. Probably.
Oh, interesting. That happened somewhere else first?
Oh, God, yes. Yeah, the Simpsons.
Oh,
the
man.
Simpsons did. Oh, you thought they made that up? I don't think they made that up.
I don't know. It made me laugh pretty hard.
Yeah, I don't think.
I like that scene.
Oh, okay.
And he covers his uncle's ears when he talks about getting stoned. That's funny. It's good.
And then they talk about getting a celebrity host.
Yeah, I don't.
Then we never do that.
Well, I think they thought this was funny. They're like, let's get Jack Nicholson. And then
they do it
at
Jack
some
Nicholson.
point, Jonah's like, who's Jack Nicklaus? And I don't know what he says, but it was, I don't know. I didn't get the joke.
Oh,
if you're going to do it, you got to do a joke about the person, right?
Well, that's the dumb guy, Danny. He does a whole bit about digging through his trash and he's fat or something.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
We did all that.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
You know, once again, if Jonah was there just doing his weird Jonah thing, maybe. This guy Bill shows up and he has a Bigfoot photo and he has a map to Bigfoot in Ecuador, but he needs to get $1,000 or he's going to give it to the other guy, Pearson.
Now, Dan, if you needed $1,000, right, and you had proof that Bigfoot existed, wouldn't you just sell the proof?
I mean, you could sell those photos, sure, get $1,000,
right? Like easy.
But that would be a funny solution to the thing, right?
Sure.
That's you see what you're doing. See what you're doing, Tony, is you're thinking about your setup as opposed to writing some stuff that you think is funny. And that's
wow. Listen.
If they sold those photos and then that became a thing, and that could all be very funny. They set up a lot of things in this movie, and then they get. No, I don't think they trust themselves, right?
Well, again, they might be high. I'm not saying they are, but there's a chance that they're a little inebriated while they write it. So they're, you're second guessing yourself. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows, Dan?
We do not know. So he's like, I'll get the money. Give me a week. And so then they set up the whole thing is they're going to have to go down to Ecuador. So they'll do shows as they go along. And then that will pay for the show.
Doesn't make any sense.
I don't know what that means.
Don't think too hard about it, Dan. Don't think about it.
And then Miles, the Ernest Borgnine character, just sort of quits. So as soon as he quits,
because he's too old, so he's just like, I can't make that trek with you. So you'll bring the young lad.
Yeah, and so and then what they need is a new animal handler, which doesn't make any sense. And so we do this whole thing with Kevin Hefferman, and he just felt like he was almost going to be very funny. That he was going to come in there. Because he's a guy that seems like a self-starter that can make up a character and then bring that character and then because you've seen him do that in movies. You're like, I trust this guy to do comedy. He's because he's the Super Troopers. Did we do that movie?
No, because Super Troopers is a perfect film.
Oh.
Did we do one of the sequels?
Oh, we did the
we do
one
Super
with
Troopers 2?
What's his name on the island? There's a murder on the island.
You're right. We did a Broken Lizard film. Yeah, we did Club Dread. You're right.
And he plays like the dread-haired guy. He was definitely one of the better parts of that movie. That
100%.
movie was pretty bad.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, that movie. That guy, the one guy. He went on to direct a bunch of Community things. He was in the Chevy Chase documentary talking about Community.
Jay Crandishler.
Yeah.
I don't know his last name. Yeah. Jay directs a bunch.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah. So we have a bunch of other candidates, and then they end up with him.
I do like this scene, Dan.
Okay.
I think it's funny. They just because the bit is that. Let me rephrase. I like the Steve Zahn side of this bit, which was just him yelling for his assistant, Debbie, to move on to the next candidate. That's funny. But then all of their candidates are just like regular people that would never apply for this job, just saying, I don't want this job. I don't understand that bit. I don't understand that part of it. Like, why are they there then? What are they responding to this ad for? I don't know. It doesn't matter. But I like the Debbie stuff. Debbie, next. That makes me laugh.
So what you're saying is almost you could have written 3 other people that were worse and worse and worse, and then they go with the guy that used to work in an auto body shop just because he wants to get out of the
But
auto
instead,
body shop.
they just got people, maybe even from the crew, who knows, to just be
people.
like, "No, I don't want the job. I don't want this job. No thanks on the job."
So it's
Okay.
they've gone to the
What
job
is the
interview
point
to
of
say
this?
they don't want the job.
Right.
It's funny
It's
to
very
someone.
stupid. I don't know if that part's funny to someone, but the other side of it is fun.
Yeah.
You know?
Then we have Cheryl show up. Cheryl is the girl. She's sort of in charge of logistics of where they're going to go.
Why is she going with them?
Why is she going with them?
She's the travel planner, but she's going with them? I don't understand.
They walk away from her, and then Steve Zahn's like, she's going to fall in love with me. I'm going to lay some pipe. And then she's standing behind them again.
Yeah.
And then she kind of does a bit, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be interesting. She's going to be completely crazy. She's going to be so crazy that they don't want to deal with her. But then they never do that again. They never even think about doing it again. No.
There's never another moment whatsoever. Yeah.
So they take off.
Strange.
Take off in the RV. There's some music. Jonah does a song on the guitar. What do you want to say anything about the song on the guitar, Tony? You like that one?
I like the idea of the song.
It's almost there.
It's almost there, and yet it's grating because he's doing it in that character. In his high, I'm Jonah, but he's trying to sing in that. It hurt my ears, but the lyrics are funny because it's just a song about how much he hates his stepmother, which is totally random and could be funny, but it's just so bad.
It's pretty bad.
It's like, I need this to be over. I'm so sorry.
So they're just driving by. They see some sea lions, so they pull over. Of course, they have a sea lion costume in the thing, which looks
so big, Dan.
Very
There's
terrible.
No way that they just have this on hand. It's so big. It would take up half the RV. But this is great. This is great.
So Danny's going to get in there and go and be with the seals. Then we start doing the voiceover, meet Mr. Sea Lion. Then we talk about sharks. Then we show pufferfish. And this is a line I did write down. This fish inflates itself by sucking its balls into its stomach. Now, Tony, that is like literally the most juvenile thing ever put on film, right?
Yeah.
Now, why do you love that?
Because it's ridiculous and silly and something that, you might think about as a kid, I don't know.
Yeah, this is for the 13-year-old brain, probably.
100%. Did you not laugh at that, Dan?
I only laughed at one thing in this movie.
Oh, wow.
We haven't gotten to it yet.
Okay,
I
please
laughed
tell
hysterically at one thing.
And it wasn't the shark bit at the end?
The shark bit was funny, but they'd beaten
good.
all ability to.
All hope out of you.
A movie like this beats it out of me.
You're bloodied and just grasping at straws at the. I get it,
because the shark bit at the end.
Great.
They have this shark with like a weird overbite, and then he just goes ha ha ha. What does he do? He's just doing the shark's voice over, and they just loop it over and over again. It's very funny, but yes, at the end of the movie, they've.
It's too late. It's far too late to win Dan back. So I will. Listen.
Yeah.
There are only 2, maybe 3 scenes that aren't the nature documentary stuff that I laughed at.
Oh, okay.
Other than that, all of my laughs just come from the nature documentary segments.
That makes sense.
I think that they were pretty brilliant. But what do I know? The rest of the movie's not that great. You know what I mean? So it's hard. It's hard. Anyhow, sorry. Yes.
Danny gets attacked by the shark. They have to take him to the hospital. They talk about the attack. And then somebody does a shock buzzer it kind of goes Three Stooges for a second.
Well, so Jonah, who knows how this happened. Halfway through this movie, Jonah picks up a buzzer bit where he just keeps buzzing people. He starts with the lady here to cheer her up, I think, right?
Yeah.
And then it becomes a dick joke where he buzzes people in the crotch and says, "Take a bow," which that does make me giggle.
Then Jonah does this bit about getting hit on the head, and it becomes a prehistoric egg, and then the bump hatches a dinosaur. This was the funniest part of the whole movie for me.
This was the funniest part of the movie. Jonah's just going off. Like, just
he goes off, and I thought it was very funny. And it's like the other times he goes off, it didn't really add up to any. But this one was just so weird, and he just doing the weird.
You get to see the way his brain works a little. Yeah.
Yes, and you're like, maybe if this movie had carved out more room for this kind of stuff, and I don't know.
It is only 90 minutes. If we pushed it to 100, 110, you could get some real solid runs in there. So
here, and then we immediately do something that I hated. They're like, "Hey, look at that bug over there," and there's like this little beetle like burp, 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 across, and so they pull out the camera and they start shooting, and then these Latino guys show up in a car, and they're making noise, and so they're like, "You gotta quiet down because we're trying to make a soundless nature documentary over here that we make all the footage."
That's the thing, right? The beetle doesn't make sounds, right? They're not capturing audio here. Like, you don't need sound whatsoever. It's fine.
And you're like, we're watching your stupid movie. You set up your stupid movie. Make this about the beetle. But instead, they make it about these two Latino guys, and then Steve Zahn does this weird racist Latino accent. You're just like, oh, why are we doing this?
It's so wrong. I mean, 2008 does feel like a long time ago, Dan, but it's not that long ago. You know what I mean? Like,
it's not that long
maybe in the 80s we could get away with something like that, but this was like, I was floored. I was absolutely floored.
And
wild
don't worry,
stuff.
There's going to be a callback.
Yeah, we get. There's not a lot of callbacks in this movie, but this gets one.
That's
great.
The most racist. Well, maybe not the most racist because they already did the one racist thing.
It's got some competition for the most racist, but yeah.
So the Latino guy gets him to move too close to the car. Then they make the car jump, and it busts out their teeth. So they have to go to the dentist. It's a 1 hour wait. And then the lady says, "Do you want a magazine?" And the one guy's like, "I want a Batman comic." And then Steve Zahn's like, "Batman comic is not a magazine." And then he's like, "Well, I want a Penthouse." And she's like, "We don't have Penthouse." Then he turns around and there's this attractive woman. And then he hits on her with his hideous missing teeth, bloody face, as if she's going to want to have sex with him for the hour.
Which is not the character that we've been introduced to. This is such a weird, creepy 180. And I get what's happening is that it's the slit in the teeth. And I'm sure Steve was just like, I want to have some fun with this slit here. Because he like does this thing where he like slides his tongue through it very weirdly. And I don't know. I'm sure they just thought it was funny. But it's so weird and out of place. This entire scene cut. This should be on the cutting room floor. Someone should watch this movie and be like, what are we doing? This is so weird. This is not the movie. Cut it.
So they're broke.
But what do I know?
I know. They're broke, but it turns out that Junior has stolen a whole container of nitrous, which they can sell for $1,000. You're like, okay, that's interesting. And so they drive away.
Use it immediately.
They don't do this. But they leave the nitrous on the floor, and then it leaks, and then we just do a whole rave party in a parking lot. And then they all get better the next day, and we're like, we're broke.
Yep, let's just keep moving on. I don't know, man. I don't know.
You're like, okay.
It's such a weird, this whole 12 minutes is such a weird tangent from the rest of the movie. I have no idea why it's in there.
It does feel like they just would write pages and then do them and then write some more pages and then do them and then write some more pages. And
sure.
Eventually you're going to get to hour 25.
You just cut it because you're like, well, that's the length of a movie. Let's stop.
I don't think they can cut it down to an hour 10. I think they kind of has to be a certain amount of movie length. They go out to the Bigfoot guy, the guy with the maps place. Turns out he sold the map because they're 3 days late. He needed the money for lithium.
Because he's so depressed. It's a weird joke. It's a weird, dark joke. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, oh, I took it. If we look at the security camera, I can find an image of the map and give that to you. Through the course of that, they find out that his wife, who's really young and has large breasts, had sex with Pearson. And then the one guy, Fred, is all like, oh, I'm going to figure it. Oh, it's so good. And you're just like,
it was funnier when you did it, though.
Well, yeah.
It's so good.
Because it was the Adam Sandler guy. He's not funny.
Well, yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunately true.
So eventually they find it. They print out the map. And then he's like, okay, I'm going to give your information to Gus Hayden, who's the greatest tracker in the world. Go to Ecuador, talk to him. He'll only charge you $500.
Another amount of money. Love that. Real quickly, you got to say that this guy,
Joe Bob,
whose wife was just having sex with the other guy, he makes Steve Zahn promise he's going to punch the other guy in the face.
Yes.
That sets up one of my favorite scenes in the movie.
Yeah, I can see that. So then they start out, they go somewhere, they stop, and one of them goes and gets some great beaver footage. You're like, okay. Then Peter has to pee. He sees some turkey chicks, and then a turkey runs over there and bites and attaches himself to his dick.
You didn't find this funny, Dan?
I want the jokes. I just want the jokes to be well written. I have no problem with the material. I have no problem with juvenile material, but it's so badly written, constantly badly written.
And let me, I agree with you, because what's funny isn't any of the jokes. What makes me laugh
funny
is Steve Zahn running out with a giant turkey attached to his junk. And he's just running around screaming, oh my God, and flailing the turkey around. That's not a written joke. That's just Steve Zahn with this appendage making it seem funny. So I agree with you. The jokes aren't funny, but that visual is funny.
See, you're forgiving in that Steve Zahn's like, I got to do something because there's nothing here.
Exactly. 100%.
There's one point by
they haven't written any jokes.
Yeah.
Like one part if you haven't written any jokes, then I got to do something. Sorry. Yeah.
There's one part at the Bigfoot cave where Steve Zahn just like loses it and throws himself on the ground, and everyone else is just sort of standing there. And you're like, Steve will commit as hard as he humanly can.
100%.
But then we get to the doctor's office to try to get the turkey off, and it's so here's the thing, right? Yeah.
The idea is right. Sort of, obviously.
Sort of. It's a comedic premise that you could play.
Exactly. Yes. You would think. Yeah. But.
Yeah. So they have to. The nurse starts massaging the turkey's neck, and then the doctor proclaims that he's hard and he's like, well, your nurse is hot, and so then we do a whole, we'll have a guy do it because that won't be hot, and then none of them want to do it, so eventually they just do a shot of Demerol supposedly into the turkey, but not really.
So this line is very funny. So he does the shot of Demerol, and Steve Zahn goes, that went straight into my dick. And the doctor, as calm as can be, just says, well, that really shouldn't have happened. And that is the beginning of what should be the joke. Like, right? That's the part, that's the funny line that then should lead to funnier things. And then nothing happens. What's Demerol? I don't even know what that is. What is that?
I mean, I'm not entirely sure, but I think, I mean, I
Sure.
have to, it's like an anesthesia or something, you know. Anesthetic.
Right. So shouldn't something happen? Shouldn't that
yeah.
lead to something? We
so?
have a very funny line, which is that went straight into my dick. Very specific. We know where we just shot it. And the dog's like, well, that shouldn't have happened. That's going to be bad. And then it's not bad. That's not good writing. You set up the premise. I'm ready for what's next. What's going to happen with a Demerol dick? I'm ready. And the answer is nothing. Nothing happens.
Well,
very disappointing.
Jonah does a whole thing about blackmailing, setting up a blackmail bid for the turkey, which is didn't exactly work, but the premise was funny.
It's so close. It's really close because he's like, I think that the turkey's gay, but he hasn't come out yet. So if we take a picture and show it to his dad, like the idea is funny and it's so close, and someone just needed to be like, okay, let's fine tune this because this is funny. Let's massage the neck just like we're doing. It's very close.
And then a park ranger and someone else run in and they're all like, that's the turkey we're missing. We're going to give you a $5,000 reward for, they were going to cut its head off. But instead, this person shows up and says, we're going to give you $5,000 for finding it. And so then they pull it.
And they're all just like, let's pull it.
And the dick stretches out to be like 24 inches long. Okay.
Yeah. You know, it's a funny visual. But at that point, I'm so let down from all of the open-ended jokes that they were setting up and not paying off. I was just like, all right, let's get out of here, guys. We ruined it. We blew it.
Let's
go.
We go to the Mexico border. The one guy has to bail out because he has drugs. Fred, it's like, good. Peter does the racist voice again, and which leads to them completely disassembling the RV. And then we do a whole thing where they checked his rear end for drugs.
His anus.
Yeah. And he's like, I don't want to talk about it or something. And then Whitaker does a whole, I'm an alcoholic. I stopped being an alcoholic, but he keeps drinking, and he sort of then does
God
stop.
willing, this will be my last beer or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Again, almost funny.
Almost funny. They take a plane. They meet the dick guy. Then they do a bunch of dick jokes.
Yeah.
What was the one I wrote down? One
great premise. Great premise. You have the right idea. And I'm sure they just kind of let them say a couple, and just kept the ones that they liked, which is all fine. It's all good.
What they wrote? Do you even let your dog lick your name? Or does the dog want to lick your name or something like that?
Do you ever put peanut butter on your name and let your dog lick it or something like that?
Something like that. Okay, it's kind of funny. We do some monkey footage.
I think that's a Jonah Hill one. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, is it?
I think it is.
For as terrible as Jonah is, in this movie, his character choice, Jonah is funny.
Jonah Hill is a funny person. I just think the character's just not fully formed. That's all it is. It's all right.
We do some monkey footage with some voiceover. I didn't write any of it down.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I have those. Yeah, that one's, it's probably not their strongest, right?
Yeah.
It's fine.
Then they just keep walking, and then they meet Robert Patrick, and then he does his Vietnam stories of war, and then we do this whole thing about his penis, and then everybody else. Oh no! Then we start doing Scar stories, and he does this whole thing about his penis, and then he shows us his penis, which is very strange.
It's all messed up. Yeah. So here's the problem with this scene, right? They're exchanging war stories like they do in action movies. Oh yeah, I got this scar, buckshot, blah blah blah, right? None of their stories are funny.
True.
How is that possible? How is it possible that not one of those stories is a joke? I don't get it. I don't understand. Like, their stories should be so stupid, right? And then his is like all serious. And then the twist is that, oh, actually, my penis is, I sewed it back on myself and it's all twisted. Then we had a nice male genitalia visual, which is always funny. And then you're out. And that's a great scene. This is, I don't understand, Dan. It's got to be so much easier than they're making it to write silly Scar stories. It has to be.
You'd think so.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
They wake up in the next morning. Gus and Cheryl are missing. Peter is angry, and Whitaker does a thing, and then Jonah punches him in the dick.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the relief of tension from here on out as Jonah does the buzzer to the dick, which is great.
They hike, they get to a river, they see a snake, it's raining, it's night. All these noises, they're like,
this is one of my, hold on,
okay.
did you skip over my favorite joke?
Probably.
Which is the snake, and they're walking under the snake, and Justin Long looks up at the snake, and he goes, "Oh, a porcupine." Don't know why that's so funny to me, but that made me laugh so hard. So stupid. That was it. Yeah.
Tony's been dragged into their universe. He's now living there freely. So it's nighttime. They start hearing scarier and scarier noises, and then here comes Cheryl out of the jungle, and they're like, "We thought you ran off." And she's like, "No, I saw he was leaving, and then I went with him, and then I had sex with him, and then I got the map back. So here's the map."
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Oh, we have to cross the river." And so they all easily cross the river, but for some reason, Dick stops in the middle of the river and stands there until they're on the other side for
there's this
unknowable reason.
So they did it wrong, of course, but they wanted the joke to be about the fish. So, like, the night before, they get the map back, and Dick is like, "Oh boy, with my know-how and this map, I can get you there." He needs to be killed immediately, right? Like, the joke is, we're going to do it, then he's dead immediately. But then it's this weird, we transition to the next day, we're still walking through this stuff, and then he dies. And it's, the timing of that is not correct on any level. But they wanted to do the fish joke, which is funny. Yeah. I'll give them that. But then just do that speech somewhere else.
So he gets basically eaten by piranha. And then they have to eat the piranha because they don't have anything. And then they're like, "Oh, eating the piranha's like eating dick."
Yeah. Which is funny.
The next night, they find Pearson's team. They're all dead. They steal their equipment, except Pearson. He's cut in half, but he's not dead yet. Tony, you said you like this? Go.
This is, I love this scene, right? So they show up, the team is massacred, and they're all just very happy. They're having a great time. Love that dichotomy. That guy's alive, and they have a 2-minute conversation about how he's supposed to punch him in the face. And Steve Zahn's like, I just feel a little torn about it because he's already dying. It feels rude. They have to punch him in the face, though, Dan.
Oh.
And I am so mad that they don't do it. They have the conversation, and then they just let him die, and then they walk away as if that never happened. It's like, no. You know what you have to do. You have to have him punch him, a dying man, in the face. You have to do it. You set it up twice. You have to give me the payoff, and you don't. So I'm very disappointed, but I like the scene where they're talking about it as he's dying next to them. But you got to pay it off. You have to just do it. You can't chicken out. You got to pay that off. I've been waiting for 20 minutes.
I think they chickened out.
Of course they chickened out.
Yeah. They hike. They get to an area where they think the cave should be. Then they realize the map is backwards, so the cave's on the other side.
That doesn't make sense.
No.
But that's fine.
Steve's like, I can hear him in there. You don't hear anything. I know he's in there. And then they set up the camera. They start doing the thing. And then out comes Bigfoot, and they all pull out machine guns and shoot him 1,000 times.
Just murder him. What can you say? It's so stupid. I liked it. I thought it was very funny. It's so stupid. The whole movie leads up to this, and they're just like, "Oh shit!" and then they just murder him. I mean, that's humans, isn't it?
That is what would happen.
Pretty great.
What would you do?
And it leads to a very funny scene.
The night scene. They all sort of start justifying why they killed him.
Self-defense.
Self-defense. He made a noise. Jonah does this whole thing about how the French engineered him to kill them. Right.
That part's not funny. That's not that's one of the misses. That's one of Jonah Hill's misses. Yeah.
And then they're like, this probably not the best ending. And then Jonah's like, I have an idea, Peter. So they fly home. They pick up Danny, who's been, who's in the hospital for the shark attack. And then they're like, okay, we're gonna show. They go in and show the tape to Jeff Garlin to get back on the air. And their whole thing is they find the cave. They go inside the cave, and Bigfoot has hung himself. And he is covered in bullet holes, and there he is hanging.
Just riddled in bullet holes. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Silly.
I liked it. Made me laugh. That's it. That's no notes. No notes. It's very dumb. It's very funny.
And Garland basically yells at them, and they have to leave.
Yeah.
They go outside. Peter blames Jonah. Then everybody yells and fights. Yeah.
I don't know.
It was such a wrong sort of.
Yeah.
He should have just dismissed everybody, and everybody should have wandered off. I guess didn't make a lot of sense.
Basically, what Anchorman does. Yeah.
Yeah. But they shot Anchorman. They shot a lot of footage on that movie. They shot and shot and shot. That's why it is what it is because they shot 10 times what they needed, and then they kept the best stuff.
You find your best stuff, and that's kind of how you have to do it.
I bet you this movie did not have the money to shoot and just sort of.
100%. Yeah. You get probably 2 takes, right? You get one where we do it pretty normal, and one have fun with it, and we'll see what we get.
Yeah. So, boom, now it's been a year. He was talking to his mom. There's a knock at his door. It's Miles, Ernest Borgnine. And he basically says, back in the past, it used to be a lot easier. Things are harder now. All you need is one good idea. He's smoking a bowl. There's a goldfish in there. And then he's like, I should do a show about sharks. So they get everyone. But the last person to get is Fred. Fred's working at a fast food place. And we do a whole thing where instead of ordering, they just convince Fred to come with them, and the whole fast food place hears, but it's not embarrassing or rude or weird. It's just like, it's nothing. It's like, okay. Well,
it's just confusing because that's not how fast food works. The whole restaurant doesn't hear the person ordering at the window. No, it's not okay, Dan, because they broke the rules of the universe, and then they don't even use it for like a joke. So what are you doing? If you're gonna break the rules, you better damn well make it worth it. That's how I feel.
There it is. They go back to Jeff Garlin with the sharks, and then we have the video of them making him laughing at the shark's teeth.
It's the shark video alone. Just go watch that. I think you can find just the shark one on YouTube, and it's very, very funny. Full of great jokes. Sharks are only found 2 places in the world, the northern and southern hemispheres. Great joke. I mean, that's a 10 out of 10 joke. Then that stupid shark with the messed up teeth. Look at this guy. Wah, 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 wah. It's so stupid. It's great. Go watch it.
And then we also have this footage where they drink a bunch of bad stuff, and the shark jumps up, and then they barf on the shark.
Barf on him. I don't know.
And then it comes up again, and then it bites Danny's hand off.
Yeah, it's bad.
And so then, Jeff Garland's like, Pearson's dead, so you're back on the air. And then we have the weird outtake of them laughing, which is the final shot of the show.
Final shot of the movie that doesn't make any sense.
Then we do the setup for a sequel, which was going to be the Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah. I'd watch it. I think we should probably still make it. Let's do it.
I mean, if they hire
all of these people are still alive.
They hire someone different than Fred Wolf. The 20-year anniversary. We only have a couple years.
We're going to have to start making that right now. I'm going to call them up.
And that was the end of the movie. We survived it. I survived it. Hooray!
Do you want a T-shirt? I survived strange wilderness. So I am curious on if, I mean, we'll never know the answers, but I'd love to ask, what's his name? Wolf?
Fred Wolf?
I'd love to ask him if they wrote the sketches, the documentaries first.
Did he
and then tried to write a movie around? I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe.
I'm honestly not sure.
Oh,
but
okay.
they are the best part of the movie for me. I think they're all pretty funny.
Yeah. I mean,
that's it.
It would be It would be better. It would be better if they if they figured out how to integrate that stuff into this better, you know. It's like, I want to see the Beetle. I want to see them do something on the Beetle, but
100%.
they don't.
Yeah.
They do a thing with Latino guys, which doesn't make any sense.
Not good.
Yeah. So
wrong choice. Swing and a miss.
Goodbye, movie. Now we talk about something we like this week.
Yeah. What do you got?
Our boy Bert Kreischer has his own sitcom. I think it's on Netflix called Free Bert.
What? Oh boy.
It's great. Yep, right. It's great. Bert,
that can't be right.
Bert is great. I don't know about his stand-up comedy. I've never seen any of his stand-up comedy. I watched a whole documentary about some podcast he does with some guy that sounds like it's horrifyingly terrible.
The Two Bears or whatever.
Yeah. Oh man, there's a great documentary about that. I think it was on YouTube, like an hour long or something.
Oh really?
Oh, that whole thing is a mess. Bert Kreischer,
but it's huge.
Yeah. Well, it was huge, and now it's kind of going down because the other guy, the other guy on it with him is really weird. And Bert's, whatever. But Bert can act. Bert has writers, man. It is a real written sitcom with jokes.
You know what?
And it's gorgeous.
I refuse to believe this.
It is. No. Remember they had the terrible Kevin James NASCAR one.
Oh yeah, Pit Crew.
Looked like a shitty sitcom.
I watched that.
I watched
one. It was great.
It was what it was. It was a bad sitcom.
Yeah.
This thing.
Yes, correct.
Great characters, great setups. The jokes are great.
No.
It's wonderful. You're going to watch it. And you know what? You're going to come back next week. You're going to watch it. And you're going to be like, I watched the first episode and the beginning of the second episode. And I was like, this show is good.
I refuse to watch it, so I will never believe you.
You have to watch it. You're going to watch it.
I won't do it.
You love The Machine. We loved The Machine.
No, The Machine was a terrible movie.
It was a terrible movie, but Bert was good in it.
No.
He was good in it. What do you mean?
I'm done. I'm over this. You know what's great? Strange Wilderness. That's great.
No, Bert Kreischer is the thing.
I'll give it a shot. I'll watch it.
I'm going to love this because you're going to like it a lot. You're not going to like it. You're going to love it. What's Rotten Tomatoes saying about it?
Let's find out. Let's Free Bert.
I think that's what it's called, right? Free Bert.
Yeah, it is. Free Bert, season 1, Rotten Tomatoes, 70% audience score, 60% critic score.
Wrong.
Wrong. Erroneous.
They don't get it. They don't get Bert.
I don't know if I get Bert. I'll tell you later. All right, I'll watch that this week.
Try some Bert. I mean, it's like half an hour. Yes, the episode's like half an hour.
Yeah. I'll fill my cup with Bert. It's fine.
So, Tony, what have you been? Oh, yeah. And the Chevy Chase documentary, absolutely worth watching. 100% worth watching. I gotta
watch that.
So good.
I gotta do it.
A lot of insight into him. He's a pain in the ass, but he's also mostly, it seems like a lot of the time Chevy is right, I mean, there's two conflicting things that go on with Chevy. I mean, he's not always right. He always thinks he's right, but he's also, he also knows comedy very well. And the flip side is
that's true.
They say something in the documentary where they're like, once Hollywood gets its hooks in you, it's got its hooks in you. No matter who you are, how powerful you are, whatever, you get sucked into the situation, and he got sucked into the situation. And also made a bunch of good movies.
Yeah, absolutely. No, there's a ton of great stuff out there. Should have been more.
And the whole community thing, Dan Harmon's a freaking asshole. And I don't think he's a good person.
I don't think people think that,
That he's a good person?
Yeah, I feel like everyone kind of agrees that he's probably not.
Oh, okay.
I think.
I don't know.
But I'm not sure. I guess I'm not sure.
I mean, he has a lot of, people that are like, he took a run with your comedy genius. And he's, he's very, he's
got talent.
He's got a lot of talent. But,
yeah.
And so they started making his character more and more racist. And you're just like,
sure.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Make him an asshole.
I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
That I'm definitely going to do.
Absolutely worth watching. So what do you have for us, Tony? You can have like 2 or 3 picks because it's been so long.
Well, I'm not gonna. So
I didn't watch anything.
So what we've been doing actually is we finally watched a little show called Hell's Kitchen.
Oh God!
Never seen it before in my life.
Oh, you've never seen Hell's
once
Kitchen?
I had never seen an episode of Hell's Kitchen. We caught a couple episodes of like the newest season, and we were hooked. So we've started over at season 1. We are now on season 4, and we're just cruising through this thing. It is so funny to watch these older seasons of the show. It looks terrible.
Oh,
and
really?
he has a reputation, right? And he throws out these insults, but some of them don't make any sense. And it's so funny because, he gets better at it as the seasons go on. Sure. Like he starts figuring out like how to insult people a little bit better. It's very interesting to watch. We're having a great time. It's a treat. It's a fun show.
You reach a certain point where you've just seen them, have to make that, what's the thing? Beef Wellington. You're just like, if I watch have to listen to another Beef Wellington failed story, you're just like, no, I'm done. It's too much.
Yeah, well, you're absolutely right because it's almost every episode.
And every
must
season.
Be very hard to cook and make.
Oh yeah,
Dan,
yeah. Because you got a piece of meat, then you got to wrap it in stuff, and then you got to cook just right. It's
going to be rare. Okay,
it's a complex thing to cook, but by the 6th, 7th, 8th season, you're just like, okay.
Just pick something else, guys.
Can we
make
just
something else?
Switch up the menu regularly on this show, but no, they don't.
No,
it's the same menu. I think maybe the whole time.
Yeah, very funny. But we're having a good time.
Good. Hey.
All right, Dan. What do we got? What's over 2 hours? Tell me what's about to happen.
Took my list. It's 2-sided. Closed my eyes. Flipped it around. Stuck the pin on it. I came up with Transformers 2.
Why 2?
I don't know.
It's too bad?
I don't know. So then I went and I looked at all the Rotten Tomatoes and I was like, well, which is truly the worst one? It's not.
Oh, sure.
It's not Bumblebee. Bumblebee's like it's good marks.
Good. Bumblebee's supposed to be good.
Because Bumblebee, I read why Bumblebee is good. Because the first 5 minutes there's Transformer bullshit. The last 10 minutes there's Transformers bullshit. The rest of the middle is a relationship movie.
Interesting.
So they made a movie as opposed to making a Transformers movie. So, and it's Haley Stanfield.
Well, Michael Bay would beg to differ.
So I looked up all the worst ones, and luckily you already own this one. It's called Transformers: The Last Night. This is the one with Marky Mark.
Yeah.
It's the one where we don't have to watch.
That's why I bought it, by the way.
It's the one I
have not seen it yet.
Oh, you haven't seen it? Okay, so we don't. This one we don't have to deal with Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf.
I mean, at least he's not the star.
Yeah, he's great in the first one. Listen, the first one's fun. The first one is a fun movie. It's got a nice balance.
It's okay. It's all right. Yeah.
No, I'm not saying it's a great film. I'm just saying, like, it's fine. And then I think they devolve pretty quickly. But again, I haven't watched very many of them.
The Transformers this stuff is just so headache-inducing because it doesn't look. It's just like blah, 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 blah. It's just it's just like
it's nonsensical CGI nonsense.
CGI barf all over the place. So, but I think Josh Duhamel's in this one too. So
love that guy. That's a Minnesota guy right there.
But it is like 2 hours and 25 minutes for.
Yeah, I'm seeing. Yeah, 2:29. Damn,
2:29. Sorry, woo, shaved 4 off of there.
Woo! All right, let's do this thing. I'm excited.
Yeah,
I feel like should I watch which number in the series is? Do I have to watch all of them to understand what's going to happen?
5 Michael Bays.
Holy crap! Really? I'm not going to watch all of them. That's like 20 hours of film right there.
Just it's a lot of film.
I love it. It's gonna be great.
Oh, anything else you need to report, Tony?
I don't think so. I'm going to go watch Strange Wilderness again. Just the shark part. I don't know why it's so funny. It's good stuff. These sharks are attacking Nicole Richie.
Oh,
Great.
They did make the Nicole Richie joke. You're like, well, that one's going to hold up in 20 years. Oh,
right?
yeah.
People probably don't even know who she is anymore. Oh, it's great.
No, they don't. They do not. Okay, if you like what we do,
stuff.
Give us a thumbs up, subscribe, or you can leave a comment, and we'll be back possibly next week if Tony can get his life together.
We're back next week, baby. We're back
For Transformers: The Last Night. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.